the like underdog in my friends group. Like I've
Yeah.
always I've never been like where my friends are at. So I feel like this is a perfect opportunity to me to like catch up.
Right.
I play with this one guy a lot. Um, and he's top 500, and I really want to be in his lobbies.
Yeah.
It would be so much fun to be ordered to queue together.
Yep. Okay. Sounds good. How long have you been playing Overwatch?
Since launch.
Okay. And goal and looking at your form, kind of similar to what you were just saying, was I want to get closer to GM or even hit GM,
Yeah,
essentially.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay. And at the time of the form, you were Masters 5. Is that so where you're at right now?
I'm there. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Sounds good. And then primarily hit scan plus tracer.
Yeah.
Okay. What are we going to be looking at today primarily? Or are we going to be looking at a couple of different things?
Uh, like character wise.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mostly Cass and Tracer. Those are
Mostly
like my
plus
two
tracer.
top characters, I would
Sure.
say.
Sure. Sure. Sounds good. Has that always been the case?
Not always. I'm pretty. I'm not like very new to hit scan like Cass.
Sure.
I really enjoyed playing the Flex DPS back in the day. I really enjoyed playing Genji. I had an crazy arc with Pharah and Junkrat, but now I'm just chilling on the hit scans.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. Is that more of a necessity or is it more of a
No,
I
I
just
feel
really
like
like what
it's
I'm doing?
yeah. I really like what I'm doing. It is. I've played a lot of video games, and Overwatch is for sure the video game that satisfies me the most. Hitting headshots. It's so nice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Makes sense. Okay,
It
sounds
is.
good. What do you think of the perks coming out today for Cast Tracer? Have you seen them?
I'm really excited. I'm really excited about the cast perk.
That sniper
That's
shot is
gonna be very
something.
interesting. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
gonna be very interesting.
yeah,
It's gonna
yeah.
be so satisfying.
Yep, yep, yep.
Doing some damage at long range. It's gonna be so different
Yep.
from how you
Yep.
play.
Yep. Yep.
I'm so
Yep.
excited.
Very interesting. Okay. That Blink Melee perk is pretty darn good too. It's going to take some skill to use well, but if you can get it, it's going to
Yeah.
be nice. So, okay.
Yep.
Sounds like you play a lot of Overwatch here, like a
I
lot
play.
of
I play. I
hours.
play a lot of Overwatch. I had so in the beginning of the season, I solo queued like crazy. I was so close to getting top 500.
Yeah.
It was Masters 2 at the time, and I
Yeah.
was Masters 3, and then I just went on a crazy lose streak.
Yeah. Yeah.
I went all the way down to Diamond 3, but now I'm back up to Masters 5, so I
Okay.
had a little bit of a struggle.
Sure. Sure. What's your ranked your rank look like in the last couple of years? Like where's the fluctuations have been? Have you been Masters for forever? Has that been a more recent
No,
thing?
it's been for most of the time playing Overwatch, I've been a plat player, and then I made a funny bet with a friend. It was like, oh, I'm gonna go over or Masters in Overwatch just to prove it's easy, and it took me 2 weeks from plat to Masters.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
and then ever since that's like 2 years ago, I've been Masters.
Sure. Sure. Okay. Sounds good. So more of a recent thing. What made you take it more seriously? Was it the same thing of wanting to play with a friend or just wanting
Yeah,
to
yeah,
be higher
it's
ranked?
mostly that because
Okay.
it's always been like annoying for me that every time or like my friends want to play with me, they have to jump on a lower account.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
They
get
have to
that.
go on their alt accounts, and
I get it.
I
Okay.
just wanna be my main.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay, we need to talk about your practice schedule though, or the lack thereof. Because obviously, like the playtime is absolutely more than enough for reaching Grandmaster. Hero pool's looking
Yeah.
solid. You're not playing like a million different characters. Sounds like you're getting the hours in ranked. So I want you to tell me where do you feel like what do you feel like is good with what you're doing with your training right now, and what do you feel like needs work? Not just in terms of like your strategy or how you practice, but like
Okay. Okay.
basically
Yeah.
the time, the schedule, the way that you approach ranked.
L- I feel like that's so hard.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Like I feel like when I play, I need to always have the mindset to play to like improve and
Yeah.
not play to chill. Like because that's not what I want
Yeah,
to do.
yeah,
I
yeah.
actually want to like I want to be like really good at the game.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Now here's a
I've
question
seen
for you.
that
Let
a
me
lot.
interrupt. Let me interrupt real
Yeah,
fast here.
yeah,
Do you think that you can play to improve for 6 hours? Is that something that you've tried before? How has that gone?
yeah. I for sure I can do that.
Sure, sure. What's your
I'm
schedule like outside of Overwatch? Is that just your primary focus right now, or do you have other things
Yeah,
that you have to work
Overwatch
on?
is my primary focus. I don't really do anything else
Okay,
right now. I just
sure.
graduated college.
Nice.
I'm just
Congrats.
taking a year off and
Okay.
chilling.
Okay, sounds good. So then you should have more time than most people.
Yeah.
So the key thing is that how many hours do you feel like you try hard during the day, or do you just generally chill all the way through?
No, mostly like always when I solo queue, I will
Mm-hmm.
try hard.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Often when I play with my friends, I will like kind of like turn the brain off a little bit. I will
Yeah.
socialize more.
Yeah. How often do you solo queue versus how much do you play with your friends then?
Majority of the day I will solo queue, and then later on in the evenings when all my friends are on, I will play with my friends. But
Yep.
the majority of the time I play, I will play solo queue.
Okay. Are you try harding during all that time? Are you taking breaks? Do you go in with goals? How do you feel about
No,
your warm up?
I
Like, I want you to analyze every single little detail
okay,
here, and
yeah.
I want you to
My
find
warm
out.
up is really bad. I will admit that my warm up is bad. I think I need more help to like what to do in my warm up. Um, because I don't really know like is it really like giving me anything? Because I don't see any difference from if I go practice Vaxta for like 30 minutes and then hop into comp. I don't really see any difference in like aim and whatever.
Hmm.
But it takes me a while to get my brain going. Um,
So you're saying it takes you literally like 30 minutes if I'm going to do Vaxa, otherwise it's not even worth it.
yeah, to get my brain working. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. How do you approach Vaxa? What do you do in Vaxa?
I really like to do the like time-based thing where you
Yeah.
go up levels,
Yeah.
because then I'm just not only shooting. I'm not going like autopilot only shooting. Then I have to
Mm-hmm.
think about okay now the junk tire. I have to shoot the junk tire. Oh, there's a
Yeah.
Reinhardt E
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
really good to get my brain started.
Okay. Okay. Um, have you tried warming up in a ranked game?
Yeah,
How did that go?
and uh, yeah, my brain is not really there, so I will do like bad stuff. I will forget. For example, if I'm on Tracer, I will go on a Anna that has all the abilities, stuff like that.
Okay.
Uh, or I will be late or like missing like recalls and stuff. I
Sure.
don't know. It's
Sure.
just I'm just slow in the brain.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Why do you think that is? What have you? Are there any things that you could try outside of Overwatch to make you feel a little bit more alert going in?
I don't really know. I don't think I've ever like thought of that.
Yeah.
Like
I
how
mean,
how
basically, I'm asking you to put some more thought into this, essentially, because this clearly is
yeah
pretty important for you to kind of get in there warm and to play for at least a few hours every day, solo queue, try hard. But you
yeah
need to like let me just spitball some ideas for you. You know, how is your sleep schedule looking like? It seems like you're getting a decent quantity, but how consistent is the sleep schedule? Are you getting a little sun in the morning? Are you exercising even just for 10, 15 minutes, just even just taking a walk? Are you making sure that you're staying hydrated? Are you using caffeine wisely, or are you abusing caffeine, right? Are you consistent? Like, how long have you tried the 5-10 minutes of Vaxta? Like you said, I need 30 minutes. Are you sure? Have you tried other warm-ups besides Vaxta? You kind of see what I'm saying? Like, I want you
yeah
to. There's a lot of different avenues there, and you don't need to do all of them, but if Grandmaster is what you're aiming for, you need to be willing to kind of explore every avenue that's going to allow you to play at a higher level or
okay
practice at a higher level. You get what I'm
yeah
saying? So if you're struggling to kind of put in effort and put in focus and warming up just takes forever and you recognize that as a weak point, okay, well, then we need to kind of sort that out. And what I encourage you not to do is just kind of grit your teeth and say, I'm just going to do a better job. That's not good enough. That's not going to stick, right? We need to
okay
find
yeah
something about your training system that needs to do a little bit better. Does that make
yeah
sense? Like, I mean, I do the same thing. Like, I find myself a lot more alert on days when I train physically before I coach because I have a little bit more
mhm,
energy going in. Now, I'm generally going to be more tired later during stream, but I'll take the fatigue during stream as a trade-off for more energy during my coaching because I think that's more important with what I'm doing. You get what I'm
yeah
saying? But that took
yeah
some experimentation. It took me about 6 months to figure out. But that's kind of where you're at right now. Like, you're aiming for the top 1% here, right? So you're going to have to
yeah
put some time into thinking about it. And when I say time, I don't necessarily mean just mindlessly grinding here. I'm asking you to be creative and to be thoughtful, right? That's real work, right? It's real work to
mhm,
experiment. It's real work to think, right? So that's
yeah
kind of what I recommend you to do. Does that sound good?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. How good are you during your training sessions? So during your solo queue session, let's say you're warm, you're in. How good are you at taking breaks? How good are you chilling? How good are you at like consistency with the effort and energy? Do you see yourself starting to slag off towards the end? If so, when does that usually happen?
Every time I feel like I'm tilting a little bit, I will take a break. Until I feel the like urge to come back and play Overwatch. So it could be 30 minutes, for example, and then I'm like, okay, I'm just stop caring about what my other teammates are doing, and just
Yep.
focus on what I'm doing in the game. And
Yep.
most of the time, like that's enough. But sometimes
Yep.
I will need to take longer breaks, go eat, 1, 2 hours, and then I can come back and everything is good.
Yep. Yep.
So
Yep.
I'm not really rage queuing or tilt queuing, because I know I did that back in the day, and I know that that was a big part of my struggle to rank up from plat or
Right.
from plat to
Right.
diamond, for example,
Right.
because I was just tilt queuing. Like I could queue for the entire day and just be pissed,
Right.
and
Right.
it didn't work.
Now, what happened with your recent Masters 3 to Diamond 3? Was it a little flash of that old school mindset?
Yes, I would say that. I was very mad. It came to the point where I kind of just turned off the brain completely when I was playing.
Yeah.
I was just hoping that the wins would come out automatically. I just didn't use my brain at all when I played.
Right. Right.
Um, so I went back on. I looked at some reviews and I'm like, this is not me, bro.
You get that sense of
I'm
entitlement,
not
right? You're
this.
like, oh, I'm just a Masters player. I can do whatever I want. And then you start to lose and you're like,
Exactly,
right,
exactly.
right, right, right. You got to stick with the system that got you to Masters. Like, if you think of yourself as a Masters player, you're a Masters player because of the effort and focus that you put in. So if you
Yeah,
stop putting that in or you get tilted and you're like, I mean, I've seen it all the time. People tilt queue and they're in a lower rank and they're like, bro, I don't have to put in the effort when I'm playing versus these lower rank players. And I'm like,
exactly.
yeah, you
Yeah,
do. Yeah, you do. That effort is why you're not that rank anymore. So yeah, well,
yeah,
good. Well, good. I'm glad to hear that you did that. And that's obviously a good reminder. And sadly, you're probably going to have to keep reminding yourself of that. Like
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I do the same thing, right? Like I still tilt queue. I had a series of time where that was difficult with Hazard. I had a little brief time when I struggled with Freya. And everything in life, you get a little bit of an entitlement. You got to kind of have like a reality check and go back and be honest again. So, okay.
yeah,
I encourage you to look at your warm up in terms of like the energy and focus that you're going in and from every aspect of your life. I
yeah.
encourage you to make sure that you're continually taking breaks and that I would not, even though the Overwatch is your primary focus, I would not focus on tryharding in solo queue for more than 3 or 4 hours. I try to just
Okay.
make sure that those 3 to 4 hours are really high quality. And then if you want to go stack with your friends and chill, I would do that. But I would go as far to say that I wouldn't even play your mains
No.
if you can. Those are
Yeah.
just some general guidelines, and then you can kind of apply that as you like. But that's where I'd go. And then if any questions come up in the future as you're experimenting, just shoot me a message. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. My decision making in some games, I feel like I'm not really doing enough or having any impact.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's jump into the game here if you'd like to.
Yeah.
Shoot me a replay code or whatever, and we should be good
Yes.
to go.
This will be on because I was struggling because yesterday I did a like very big grind back up to masters again on my main.
Yeah.
And on this account it was masters, so I just jumped on it and played some masters games. And this game I really felt like I just lost it. Yeah, I
Sure.
felt like I should have won this game, but I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. Let's see. Yes.
All right, let's take a look. Now, this is just one of the games where you felt like you struggled in basically a high
Yeah.
level game, essentially. Nothing deeper than that.
Yeah. This was Masters 5 to Masters 2. This game.
Okay. I don't even know if I want to ask this question here, but what account are you here?
I'm Tractor Kid 69.
I knew that was it. I just somehow knew that was the case. Is this Tracer all the way through?
It's not Tracer, it's like 40% Tracer and then rest
All right. Do you
is
have any
cast.
preference? Do you want to look a little bit of both in?
But my preference is on the cast because
Yeah.
cast is my main overall.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
the Tracer will be helpful.
Okay. Well, it's up to you. We can start with Cass and move the Tracer later, or whatever you want. Honestly, either one's fine.
We can start from the beginning. I think the beginning
Okay.
is.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Let's do it then. All right. Any questions with Tracer? Have you done your homework with what you ought to be doing with Tracer? Like, I want the full 9 yards here.
the like my most focus in the whole game, the thing I focus on all the time is timing.
Yeah.
Um, I really want the players to either be shooting my tank, or if I can distract the tank, so my teammates can be shooting at the squishies. That's
Right.
like the
Right. Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Any questions about Tracer? Do you know exactly how you should be playing the character, essentially?
I do struggle when there's team comps where I feel like the backline is kind of hard to engage in.
Sure.
Like where I should play or where I should position. Because in
Sure.
certain matchup, if it feels like I'm like I really have the mindset sometimes where it feels like I'm forced to make a play in order for something to happen.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know if that's like a good thing or a bad thing, but
Could be. Could be a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, there's definitely some backlines that are going to be harder to access for sure, mostly depending on the angles that you're choosing. But you remember that like it's not always important for you to go to backline. It's just more important for you to find a good
yeah,
angle and then take what you have. So, okay, well, let's take a look here. If any questions come up during the review, just let me know.
yeah,
The signal here is really good. Just keep shooting. Yeah, it's good. I would just keep marking that angle. Yeah. This is just a little bit slow, but this is still fine. In terms of like, there's clearly combat happening right now, and so then like right now, as this combat happens, your ability to you kind of lag behind here, but also at the same time, your team kind of melts here like pretty darn quickly. Like I think your hog died with full vape. I'm curious here. Yeah, he died with full vape. So that's not necessarily your fault here. And you do commit to something late and do get 2, so this is fine.
But if I was faster, I would have been able to cancel the rest.
Potentially, yeah. Now, this is an interesting point here. I don't like you disengaging this here, because what do you think about this space here?
Like maybe if I keep being annoying in their backline and they push up, there's gonna be 3 people looking at me maybe, or even maybe 4, because the hazard is pushing up. So
there's an
maybe
opportunity
I can get the
here.
soldier back as well.
Yeah. Now the principle here is really simple, and this is something that I talk about in basically every Tracer review that I'll ever do. Is more of a question of convenience, right? So you have placed yourself here. It is a mistake to leave this angle here, simply because you have wasted blinks and not improved your situation whatsoever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you're running away from Soldier, but I don't know why. You have 3 blinks, you have recall, you're on backline. If Moira Soldier pressure and chase you, then fine, run away. But hold this space, don't leave it, and then end up in the exact same spot, but down 2 blinks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm fine. The reason why this feels so bad is not because of what you're doing, but because how you chase and wasted time doing it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like this is an angle that you could have held. Don't run around the rosy here. It felt like you were running away from a threat when you had all the resources to fight that threat, which then put you between targets, which then gets you killed. So, okay, we'll keep going. Find an angle. That's your responsibility. This angle's fine. This angle's fine. I like what you're doing here. Sure. I'm going to move at a slightly faster pace with this, but if anything happens where you're like, wait, what? Just ask me to pause and I'll be happy to.
Yeah.
Like, this is fine. This angle's good for you. Lots of space. Lots of short sightlines here. Just stay on that, to be honest with you. Don't second guess it. Just go.
Okay.
Like, here feels like there's too much downtime, and I don't fully understand why. It feels a little bit like last fight here, right? Like, they know that you're here, of course, right? But I don't care. Like, what can they do about that, right? Like, why are you running here? Who cares?
Yeah.
Fine. You're on a great angle. You have a blink and a half and a recall. Maybe you'd like to have 2 blinks, right? I understand. But, like, you're fine. You have cover here. You're good. Like, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Because what's happening is this fight is going and 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 going, right? And I'm like, it's like literally doing nothing here until the Sojourn looks at you. There's way too much respect being given from you to the enemy team. Because it's not logical respect. If you're down your recall here and you only got 1 blink, this is the correct play, right? You don't have the resources to fight a pocketed Sojourn, right? No. But you had the resources to fight the pocketed Sojourn, so you need to fight the pocketed Sojourn. Your job there is not to surprise people and get picks. It's not your job. It might be if that person's isolated or down resources like that Resing Mercy was earlier, right? But it's more important for you to just apply pressure. So like right now, if you're applying pressure here, I want you to predict what happens if you keep shooting this Mercy and Sojourn from here. What actually happens right now?
Maybe, or the Sojourn is gonna start shooting at me, or
Yeah.
like looking at me,
Mm-hmm,
and then maybe even the Moira starts paying attention to her backline.
Yep.
So maybe then I have 3 people looking at me, so my
Yeah.
team can just walk up and.
Well, let's be specific. Who would walk up here? Like you could, yeah, Hawk, Sojourn, right? Like these people.
Yeah.
Like if you look at what this Sojourn is giving respect to instead, it's this, right?
Yeah.
Like she's able to give full attention to the hook. She's able to give full attention to this Roadhog. This Eviari goes in for a play and is unable to actually stay because she's rotated on top of, right? Moira, like look at how far back your Hawk's going. It's because there is no pressure from you whatsoever. So it's ironic that you're obsessed with timing because that's the biggest thing that you've missed so far. Yeah. Now, I don't think it's because you're stupid. I think it might be due to a misunderstanding potentially. Like, I don't know. You tell me. Are you trying to wait for a surprise opening? Are you trying to go second consistently? Do you remember your thought process during this game?
I think I'm just scared of the Sojourn.
Sure.
Because she's also like damage booster. I don't know. I think I'm paying too much respect to the Sojourn. Really?
Yeah, could be.
I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Respect to the Sojourn is I'm going to pressure you, but I know I'm not going to kill you. That's respect.
Okay.
Because you can't not play the game. Yeah, you have to play the game.
I'm not showing. Yeah, I'm not showing respect to the Sojourn. I'm too scared of the Soldier.
Exactly. That's the difference. Yeah. That's the difference. Like I said, it's an illogical action that you're taking. It's not an ego. We don't want you to have an ego. It's saying, I know I'm going to lose this 1v1, but I'm going to lose it as slowly as I possibly can, and I probably shouldn't die if I move correctly. That's what we're looking for. Right? Yeah. Now, and then the second that your Hog gets the hook because she's distracted, now you're the superhero because nobody's looking at you anymore. Now they're all looking at Hog. Exactly. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like it's that dance of I'm a tank. You know, I'm holding attention here. Like you're kind of doing it here, but it's so passive. You see what I'm saying? Do you notice how passive? Like these long periods of downtime that you're basically waiting for surprise. Like legitimately, you're getting out damaged by your entire team right now. Like your entire team has more damage than you. And we're not completely a stats guy. But sometimes it's worth looking at if a stat's really bad, and this is one of those moments, right? Like, you're not going to surprise these people. They're not stupid. The only kills that you've had are twice on Mercy when she got caught with her pants down. But we're losing fights, and we're losing fights, and we're losing fights. Does that make sense?
It does.
Mechanical here.
Yeah.
I mean, you can even... The funny thing about this, too, it was less likely to work because... there wasn't really a lot of combat happening right now. So
yeah,
it's actually a little.
Looked where my team is.
Yeah, you probably should have waited. Like, let's say here, 1, 2, 3, maybe now. Now would have been a good time to go for it, right? Because then you could see where their attention is right now.
Yeah.
So ironic.
When I saw this, I also saw something that maybe I should have tried to stick the Sojourn or the Mercy.
Yeah.
That would have been like easier as well.
They're
right?
dead.
Because they have used movement to get out of spawn.
Yeah,
but they just to wait for my team, maybe.
Oh,
because they're gonna use movement.
A spawn camp? Yeah. The funny thing is, though, that again implies that you're gonna have to take a 2v1 versus a Sojourn Mercy. So, do you think you can handle that? You know, I think you can, but I've not been convinced of it earlier. You don't think you can, right? But you're right. Yeah, like
no,
this space is
if
good.
If you play it out, yeah, exactly. Because they use movement to get out of a spawn, right? I should assume they're doing that.
Yeah. I mean, that's fine.
This could easily be like if I try to pull spawn them and then just repel back to high ground.
Yeah. I don't disagree. Man, you will refuse to engage if anybody's looking at you. Refuse.
Yeah.
Now, this situation versus the soldiers, I guess, is understandable because this is such a long distance to traverse and there's nowhere really for you to go. So maybe you could like off-angle here, but like you have to do something. Like you have to do something. Like right now, it's like okay, now we're actually shooting the Sojourn Mercy. But you were like waiting for something to go wrong, either inaction or a nade or something, and then if you don't see it, you don't do anything.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like you only shot the Sojourn there because she was isolated, you know? Like my goodness gracious. And that's it. Okay. I'm trying to see, is there any more? Okay, I guess we can look at more Tracer here. I was gonna say I thought you swapped the cast, but you do one more fight. Sure. I mean, this is kind of what I'm talking about, right? Like, this is a little far forward with where your team was, right? If you look at this here, you're just a little far forward.
Yeah.
It's an awkward point for Tracer, to be sure. But I think while this is bad in that aspect, it's good that we're, like, actually, like, I don't know, fighting, you know, blinking, moving, taking some risks here. Not being foolish, but, like, you know, you're pulling resources, you're pulling attention. Like, it's better than doing nothing, right?
Yeah.
I would prefer you to not stack through here. Where's your next rotation from here if you're smart with it?
Maybe I'll just shoot the Moira and the soldier.
Yeah, contest
the rest
space.
of the enemy team is focused on my
Correct. Contest this space. Are you going to get a kill here?
Yeah.
No. Zero chance. Like, basically zero chance unless you get help from EDR on it, which you might. But yeah, you're not going to. But that's not the intention. The intention is to control that off angle because that's where it's there.
Yeah.
You know? Because the funny thing is you end up contesting the warrior soldier anyway, but you contest the warrior soldier with your back turned.
Yeah.
They were shooting you, you know, and so, yeah, okay. We are dead. And then we swap cast. Let's see, is there any more tracer here? Because I want to kind of stay on the same topic. Okay, yeah, a little bit more tracer. Okay. So, respect attention, don't fear it, is the takeaway.
Exactly.
You understand?
Yeah.
Respect attention, respect the 2v1, respect the 1v1 if you don't have resources, respect the 1v1 maybe if they have full CDs, but don't fear it. You're intended to take 2v1s and 3v1s and 1v1s. You're not always expected to win them, but that's okay. You just need to keep their attention busy. That's all.
I remember this as well. I felt this because my tank really wanted me to dive their backline.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt like it was so hard to dive here.
You need to be, yeah, so to dive backline here, it would definitely take like a long staging, or for you to not dive backline. Yeah, I agree. So their backline's here.
I was struggling a lot.
I mean, this is okay. This should be okay. The problem is where you rotate to, because where are your rotation options from here?
I could go high ground.
You could go high ground. If Ash wasn't dead, that would probably be necessary. Okay, Ash is dead. You can cheat the system. Where should you go?
I actually don't know. Maybe the mini?
Yeah, just cut right to here. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
You need to wrap to this angle quickly. You don't cut straight to here because that's not really an off angle. You're stacking with your tank. You're going to get shot in the back. It's not enough cover here. So you going in this fast is fine. I just don't like this position from you. There's not enough cover here. You need to wrap further from here and then give yourself, and then we can fully turn our attention to taking this duel here, 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 here. You get what I'm saying, right? So
yeah.
Your whole concern about, oh, I don't know if I can go straight to the back line. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Your Doom sets it up for you because he just gets an opening pick for free, which is great. But this is just a question of like how you're approaching the 1v1. It's not a mistake of you taking the 1v1. It's how you did it. You didn't move properly, didn't rotate properly, didn't use cover properly. And you're right. Like if there's a lot of people here, it is really awkward to just skip right to backline. So that's why going high ground here, or even skipping all the way to the backline and staging from there, or, you know, poking more pressure in here first would have been fine. So that's okay.
Is that something I want to be avoiding, by the way? Stacking with my tank?
No, it's fine if it's a good angle for you.
Okay.
The problem with stacking with your tank,
good angle?
Because you need to be on something that provides cover and movement freedom.
Okay.
That's all. There wasn't a lot of movement freedom. The Cassidy was looking directly at you, and he was looking directly at the rest of your team. If you've been here, if he's looking directly at you, he has to turn his attention away. This is still technically a side angle. There's nothing. This is not a bad angle. It just wasn't optimal, and then you just didn't move properly from it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you.
Sure. It's just deeper, but it's fine. And this is where you need confidence of, I know I'm going to go upstairs and I'm going to get shot. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
You need to go. You need to go right now. You heard that, right? That's Winston. You need to go. You need to go. You need to go. You need to go.
Yeah.
You're not intended to kill these guys. Like, you're not, but you're intended to keep their attention on you, right? We need people pursuing. You need to trust yourself, you know? Because, like, you can't fear Cassidy, Moira, Brigitte. Because this angle's not terrible. I mean, the funny thing is, it's like I start to praise you because I'm like, okay, this is actually a decent damage from the Winston here. We could just break bubbles. And then you chase. This isn't your responsibility.
Okay.
Because your responsibility, remember when we went for the soldier earlier after the Mercy res? Why was the soldier responsibility? Because you were there.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Your resources are almost never used to chase targets. The only time that you chase targets is when that target's 1 HP. Or if you're going to go for a pulse recall, right? You have no information as this Tracer. You've just blinked out into the open. You've used all your resources, so ironically, you're not really in a good position to duel this Tracer anymore, or Chaser, and she gets the kill anyway.
Yeah.
Whereas if you'd been here, you would have full resources to pressure the Monkey. You'd have full resources to pressure the Moira. And or you would have had resources to actually take the duel on the high ground, because that's where you were there.
Yeah.
Don't chase
that's really
targets.
something I should have done.
Correct. This is a really like you are like the default Tracer thing right now. Like you have the issue of chasing targets. You're fearful of 2v1s. You're fearful of 3v1s. You just need to. These are just the fundamentals that need to be cleaner.
Yeah.
This isn't a question of target priority. It's a question of you actually thinking way too much about target priority. That's the problem. You're looking at Tracer as like this assassin that kills backline. That is probably the reason why you play Tracer incorrectly. Tracer's not an assassin that kills backline. Tracer can kill backline, but Tracer can also take tank's attention and support's attention and DPS's attention. Yeah. You take a short-range off-angle, you shoot what's convenient from that off-angle, and you're confident in taking 2v1s, 3v1s, 4v1s, 5v1s, as long as your team can follow up elsewhere and as long as you're respecting the amount of resources they're giving you.
Yeah.
Make sense? Now,
100%.
Cassidy's honestly the same. All DPS are the same. The difference is that Cassidy generally has to give a little bit more respect because you don't have the mobility to disengage or live when people give you attention. But the good news is that you don't have to get in people's face. You can play more for range. So
yeah,
I like Cassidy here because there's a lot less wider angles, so having mobility is a lot less important. Any questions with Tracer, I guess, before we just jump into Cassidy here?
No, I think I got the information I needed. I need to, instead of thinking of her as an assassin, I need to think of her as someone, like a target, basically. I want people to look at me.
Correct. I
want to draw attention.
Yes.
That's my job. My job is not to go into backline and get the kill.
Right. You might be an assassin. Like if you go back to your very first kill on the Mercy, right? You were a tiny bit late, but remember I said, oh, it wasn't really that bad. You showed up just a teeny bit late, but your hog just exploded, right? That's more his fault, right? So you were trying to have good timing, and it turns out they just kind of forgot that you were there, and so you just got a free one clip. That's sometimes going to happen. That's good, right? But then immediately afterwards, what happened is it turned into a 2v1. And you ran from it, and you got panicky, and then you died, right? That's fine. You can live 2v1, right? Get your assassin, then they're going to overcompensate and overfocus you. Respond accordingly. Patience. Then they're going to they're going to get more resources to somebody else, and then you're going to be an assassin again. That's it.
Yeah.
It's a seesaw. They're giving me attention. They're not giving me attention. More of a micro thing here. I know it's partly due to the ultimate, but you really need to commit on a side here. You need to commit to holding here and dying here. Or you need to commit to going here and dying here. It's the same thing. Commit to an off angle. Don't back up. Now you're thinking, oh, what, I would die here. Yes, you would, but you get a trade. And you would force a commitment in a location that is separate from the rest of your team. This is simply too convenient and too open and too far back. You're cooked, right? At least here, you force a response. You see what I'm saying? Like, look at the vision that you have from here, right? It's beautiful. Look at the vision that you have from here. It's beautiful, right? You could have gotten double, triple pocket, which would have allowed your support to get out of the hole because this hazard wouldn't have been looking at your backline. He'd be looking at you. Again, it's a question of, with Cassidy, it might even be more of a, I think I'm going to die here because I don't have the mobility to get out. Good. Make it worth it. You got nothing to lose here, right? You got nothing to lose. It's not ego. It's a calculated risk. Good shots. You see, what ends up happening here is they actually don't give you attention for whatever reason, and then you end up popping off, right?
Yeah.
So you were the main character here. I really like your attention on the backline here, because I know Hazard's in your face, but their backline's also in your face, so this is really good target priority from you. That's when target priority matters, when you have choices, and you choose backline. Yeah, so it was actually pretty good from you there. That was good. I mean, it makes sense. It's your main, right? So.
Yeah. This was basically my one trick this season.
Yeah. He's good. Yeah, it's pretty much always going to be right angle here just because this is just really awkward when they're like running Soj and stuff. But if you see your team going inside here and you want to kind of swing this way, that's okay. When you choose an angle with Cassidy, it's the same thing as Tracer. Just choose the angle that actually feels better for you. So this situation here, you've got pressure on main and you've got pressure on the side. So really, you can choose whatever angle that you want.
Yeah.
So if you had 4 people in here, you would need to kind of hold here, correct?
Yeah.
If you had 4 people here, you would need to hold the angle here, correct?
Yeah.
But you have a split, so you can choose what one do you like better. You tell me, and then tell me why.
I would have preferred if I was on the right side because I feel like I have more cover.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. You also have a better rotational option, don't you? Because where can you go from here?
I can walk high ground as well.
You can even just go to here, right? Even this just alone gives you enough
true.
vision, and then you can rotate from here to here. Yep, correct. So you made the mistake here, but it wasn't an egregious error. I understand, but it was more of a you could have taken right angle because not everybody was there, and you chose not to. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So just prioritize the position that makes more sense for you, and yeah, we'll go from there. To be honest with you, you need to get to right as fast as you can now, especially now that you know everybody's on the left. Okay, you have a choice here. Where do you need to go now, immediately? 2 choices.
I hear the tracer behind me. Maybe either contest the tracer or walk up with my tank.
Correct, but it's moving here, correct? Laterally. Left laterally or right laterally. Either contest the 1v1 because you're right there and you have your CDs, or ignore the 1v1 and go take your space elsewhere. You understand?
Yeah.
Don't put yourself on main. Open up your angle. See, the problem here is not what you're shooting, it's where you're shooting from. Because you have opened yourself to both. Rolling here means that you could then ignore this and turn your attention here, or at least get the cover so that you can properly contest this.
Yeah.
Look at where you are, right? You're just standing in front of the entire
I'm in the middle of
You're in the middle of nowhere, right? You need to commit to your rotation. You need to draw a circle around the enemy team and choose a point on the clock that you want to be.
Yeah.
You either contest the angle or you find your own. That's your choice. I'm really not loving how we're consistently choosing left side. I just don't think it makes the most sense with Cassidy, more so because I think you're more of like a mid-range character, not somebody that either wants to play a sniper angle like this here, nor somebody that wants to shove your face into a small room without full information. This isn't always bad. It's just something that you might want to kind of consider, whereas this will probably, especially after today with your 250 HP, you get what I'm saying? This is probably going to feel more up your alley. That's going to be bang bang today. Yeah. I mean, it's better now because they weren't there, so now you're actually on an angle, but yeah, there's more of an happenstance. This is good. You can contest that if you want. Obviously, it depends on whether she has a rail or not, but yeah. Yeah. See, this is not ego. Yeah. That's good. That's good.
I think I should have contested the soldier, right?
Like on right side?
Because I saw... Yeah, because I just didn't care about my Ana.
Well,
like, I just left my Ana there alone, maybe?
I mean, yeah, but you're thinking too strategically.
Oh, okay.
I know that sounds stupid, but the reality, the reason why you should have contest Sojourn is because you have 3 resources already on left side, so you throwing your corpse here, you can see your sightlines are not going to be that good. You see what I'm saying? You know why? Yeah. Because everybody's already hiding from threats here. So you're right. This Sojourn 1v1's probably pretty good for you. Now, I would probably only take the Sojourn 1v1 if I had roll, because you need to roll where?
To cover on the cart.
Cover on the cart, right? So you can actually, this is the respect, right? I can't beat Sojourn at that medium range, so I need to give her respect. I mean, maybe today you can because she's going to be 225, but like you need to get to here and then you can contest the Sojourn, right? But yeah, you're right. Yeah. But you're right for the wrong reasons because this isn't as good of an off angle anymore, and you could have actually rotated to a better off angle for you. You see it? It's all, you're thinking selfishly to help your team. I'm going to maximize my pressure and minimize the amount of damage taken by taking a proper off angle with cover. That's the number one thing you should think about here. So this approach from you is really clunky, but I mean, once you're here, this is freaking amazing for you, right? Even with 250 HP today, this is still really good. So you over push here and you get railed, which is really bad. But even this death is what I would call quote unquote earned because you almost lived. You did a lot of pressure. If you got a little bit of pocket, you would be fine here. And you're forcing a lot of resources even in your death. You see what I'm saying? So I think you're still going to win this fight. I still think you're going to win this fight. Because you forced a lot, and then you died, like, expensively. Yeah, you should have won that fight. You should have won that fight. The mistake was more of you just over-push into the room, and you took too long to get there. But that's an earned death. You were actually in the right spot. And you used your CDs. Like, roll hinder are good, of course, right? Even with 250 HP today. It's still good. So here's an interesting question. Did you try the right side because you thought it was better, or did you try the right side because you thought the left side just wasn't working?
I think honestly I was just not gonna walk into the soldier.
Sure, I respect it. I mean, that's as good a reason as any. Sure. Because it's a good general principle to remember that sometimes the right play is not going to work because your team choked or you choked the execution. So whenever you try an angle or try a play and it doesn't work, ask yourself, was it a bad idea or was the execution bad?
Okay. Yeah.
If the execution was bad, then you need to do it again, and you need to do it again, you need to do it again, do it again until you get better at it. But if the idea was bad, now you might not always know in the moment, but it's worth a quick thought.
Yeah.
Like what you're doing right now is the correct play. You're on space that works for you. The Sojourn's on the wide open angle here, and you have roll hinder, and this hog is overextending. You can absolutely keep this guy busy. Now, if you get hooked here and die, you're an idiot. That's your fault. But you have every ability to not get hooked here and die, correct?
Yeah.
So this is correct. And in fact, that could kill the hog. See, you're waiting for opportunities here. Don't. Go force yourself here. Go force yourself. This space is fine. Hold here. Poke, 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 right? This is too far. This is too far. We're not taking space. It feels a little bit like the Tracer, but in a different way. Where there's a hesitancy to take space.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
There's no valuable uptime on me.
Right, there's no initiative. There's no initiative.
Exactly.
Like, you're not sowing seeds. You're waiting for things to happen and then relying off of your mechanics to execute mistakes. But what if the enemy team doesn't make mistakes? Like, what if your Kirikou doesn't 2-tap the Sojourn from across? I mean, Sojourn just died here. Like, it just was an unlucky 2-tap, right, from your Kirikou, right? Exactly. So, like, what happens if that doesn't happen? You know, like, do you just wait until... I mean, I don't know what you wait for, right? Kitsune Rush, I guess? Like even now, this is... You need to be taking space. Like, you could be pushing in here now or you could be, same thing, holding the angle here, right? You need to create opportunities here. Yeah, this Tracer's making the same mistake you are. Look what she did. Look how bad this was. What did she do wrong? You tell me.
She left the angle. She could have.
Correct. She tried to fly swat. Remember when you tried to mark her earlier? This is the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, Cassidy, no resources. We can punch this guy. You're full HP. She just triple blinked to get to you. There's no possible way that she can punish you. And so then now, as soon as she leaves, can you guess what your team is going to do on that same side? They're gonna rotate for free. They're gonna rotate for free. Exactly. So yeah, food for thought. Not everyone's perfect at this level. Where should you be going right now with the information that you have?
Right side, because
right side. You're thinking Tracer, right? Not your responsibility. Not your responsibility.
No, exactly.
But because you were already here, so you need to keep going here, and then trust that your team can deal with Tracer, and they will, because now you're letting Hog get the space for free because that was your angle. That was your job. You see, you're trying to swap flies again. You're an opportunistic player that's carried by your mechanics. When we talk about opportunity, that's something that you can think about between fights. So when you're choosing, like, what angle do I want to take here? Do I want to walk into this angle and just brute force it, or do I want to choose this angle here? That's something that may occasionally leave itself up to choice, and then you can kind of interpret your skill accordingly, right? Like, let's say Tracer has Pulse, and you're like, oh, I can beat her with Pulse right here. So let's say they're not in Sojourn, let's say they're on Reaper. I could have rotated here, but instead I'm going to rotate here and try to mark the Tracer with Pulse. That's fine, because that's something that you're investing early.
Yeah.
You don't want to be a bad investor. Bad investors panic and sell in the middle of a hubbub, right? And so they sell cheap, right? Don't sell cheap. Yeah. Make the investment early and stand by your guns. See, this is foolish of you, but it's foolish because you're not playing your effective range. Where's your effective range here?
I don't know. Isn't this my effective range?
Not versus this character. Not versus this character. Exactly. You need to be closer, right? You have roll. You need to be closer versus this guy, right? Now, whether that's here or in her face, I mean, you don't have your hinder. But see, what's funny is you're disrespecting the Sojourn by fighting her at this range. It would have been respect to roll towards her.
Oh, yeah. Too close to gap.
Right. Either that or just disengage entirely. But yeah, exactly. It's actually respect to get closer. It's disrespect to stay this far away. So, goodness gracious, this has been a bloodbath. Yeah. Sure. Questionable nano, but whatever. I think your team is just desperate here. Nice job. Yeah, not your problem. Not your problem. Sojourn's your problem. There it is. So much time is wasted when you try to put out fires. You know, if you go back there and peel Tracer, that's your uptime problem. You know what I'm saying? That's where your uptime problem comes from. It's not just a little bit of cowardice. It's also trying to chase fires instead of just dealing with the fires that you're at. Because in Overwatch, there will always be a fire at your location if you wait long enough. or if anything, you deepen, right? You walk into the fire from another angle. That's what we're asking you to do. Like, basically, once you're here, you're a little overextended here potentially for your character. But anything that happens here is your responsibility. So if we just watch here, this is your responsibility right now. You see what I'm saying? You bait the ball engage, you chunk some of his HP, you prevent him from taking that angle. Ball is now your responsibility. Why? Because you chose this responsibility. Was this a good responsibility? Maybe. Not because I don't dislike the ball engage, but more so this feels pretty naked in comparison to where card is. I probably would have preferred you to play more hide and go seek inside here. This probably feels better for your character. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you've committed, so you must stay here. And you must fight here. And I think it might be okay. Because your Honest done a good job helping you. You see what I'm saying? And it's really freaking good. You see the value here, right? Like, this is good. Not because this is the most optimal play angle for you, but because you haven't second-guessed yourself and you've just focused on what's on your screen. And it's going fine. Yeah. Like, you lost your backline, but you traded, right? Because they've been without a tank. Like, their tank just hasn't really done anything. I mean, even here, like, this is a little bit far from you, but you've committed, you know? So here, you could hold here or rotate top. Just don't second guess yourself. And there it is, right? Opportunity presented itself. Why? Because Doomfist engaged. So you had the off angle that prevented her from escaping safely. You see this? Like, do you see how things are just presenting themselves to you because you actually committed to an angle?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You just have to trust your team, right? I don't mind this. I wouldn't have minded you rotating top to here and just kind of hiding here again instead. But this is okay. Like, you have a bit of downtime. We can reinvest now. Careful, because you don't know if it's a 1v1, 2. Basically, with Cass, it's like if you run into a 3v1, you're dead because you don't have the chance to disengage. So you gotta be really smart.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly, I don't think this is bad. I understand you're really hesitant because you don't want to walk into a 3v1 by yourself. As opposed to Tracer, who has much more capability of maintaining attention for longer. With Cassidy, it's a lot scarier. I think this is more forgivable because you're in gas. You just don't have the information. Yeah. So it's okay. It kind of sucks, and I would prefer you to be looking for something other than Moira because she's too far. Like, I would have gone hunting for something else, but yeah. This is a good try. And you see what happens, right? So the difference between Cass and Tracer is you have a much harder time juggling attention, but when you are ignored, you kill people way faster. Case in point.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, so this is okay. This is okay. This one's a lot more forgivable, and you're trying to make things happen from where you were, and you win the fight. Look at that.
Yep.
All right, investment time. Where do you want to go? Top right, top left, inside left, bottom left. Your choice. Looks like top right, sure. So you live or die here. This is everything here. Now, is this the right play with Pulse Bomb? Is this the right play with High Noon? Doesn't matter. We're going to focus on what you do from here. I think this is okay. You could have nooned here as well. Like, this is not a bad play with noon either. But this is also not bad either. Sure. Sure. Just noon it. Yeah. Great play. I mean, it's also a horrendous misplay from you here, but you just did fine. You forced recall. You wasted her time. You also caused a bit of a panic on the streets from here. Yeah, love it. I mean, even if you die to Pulse Bomb there, I think it was a pretty reasonable try. You know what you're going into.
Yeah.
It's crazy how night and day the difference between second and first point has been. Your just commitment to the bit, whether it's on inside right or to the high noon or the hard flank left side, you've just committed to everything that you've done, and it's worked out wonderfully.
Yeah.
You feel the difference?
100%.
Yeah, like even here, right? Like, I'm a little sussed at this distance here. This feels a little scary. But we're not second guessing it. We're just dealing with this angle. And then from here, you can rotate inside right, which I assumed we were going to do. Yep. It's a little spooky, but it's more closer to your range. That hinder sucks. Don't hinder Winston on jump. Good habit to get out of. Because he's never going to use his next jump afterwards unless he's primal resetting, in which case you couldn't do it anyway because he's going to bubble it, right? This is when you should be hindering. Or like now. Because he's going to be about 1 second on jump here, right? And then you're going to kill.
Yeah.
It's also very important to remember that versus Doomfist as well. I always count my abilities versus Doomfist.
Yeah.
Because that should not happen. Just get off of main. Where should you rotate to from here?
Top left.
Top left, or even just get to here, bottom left. Just open up your angle here and then
Okay,
just
yeah.
sit.
Yeah.
Just get off of main. Because you're getting pincered now. I literally would have rather you had sat here than for you to push in the open there. Yeah, this fight's lost. Next rotation. You have two choices. What are those choices?
Pushing into the room on the left side, or going right side and just playing my range.
Correct. Your choice. Low risk, low reward. High risk, high reward. Your choice. Both can work. The difference between choosing one or the other is your game sense. The difference between choosing one and sticking with them is knowing how to play Cassidy. Right? So which one makes the most sense right now? I would say the more honest approach probably makes the most sense, given the fact that your old economy is fine and or Primal Rage could kind of isolate you here. Like, let's say you check Primal Rage, probably doesn't make a lot of sense for you to off angle. In addition to that, you have High Noon coming up soon, so you can kind of snipe from main from a short angle and get a lot of pressure. You don't need to go for something crazy, right? So that's game sense.
Exactly.
But if you were to go here and you were to commit to here and juggle attention accordingly, then you would probably still win the fight if you played it well. Your choice. And there's going to be some fights where there isn't really a clean answer. It's just your choice. Like, for example, here, the problem is that you're just not really taking space at all. You're still standing back here, right? You needed to get here. This guy cannot be using cart for cover. That is inexcusable when you're playing Cassidy, right? And that's one where you could actually open with Hinder because you could force bubble with Hinder there, too. You're waiting. See, even here, you're waiting for him to jump instead of forcing him to jump. That's the difference. You're waiting for him to do something, but the problem is that you're giving him value. Because look at that. His bubble did his job. And now you're just basically chasing butterflies. You've done almost nothing this entire fight. Is that a cap? Should be a cap. Yeah.
Stay still for hours.
Any questions so far?
No, I understand it.
Okay. Let's keep going.
Attackers incoming. Hello there. Defend objective A.
One moment, actually. Okay. Angle's fine. What are your choices of angles here? Give me 3. With where your backline is set up.
Either on the staircase, here on the right, or maybe even high ground. To like hold this, like control this.
You got it. Yep, maybe? You got it. This is the lowest risk, lowest reward option that you're doing, but it's not bad. It's good. This is the highest risk, highest reward. This is probably like medium risk-ish, medium reward, something like this, right? Somewhere along those lines. They're all good. Your choice. And crucially, all it did is it took me turning around to see this, and then I knew, right? That's all I need. That's all it took. Yeah, you don't need... You're fly swatting again. I know why you're doing this. You tell me why you're doing this.
Yeah. Because I feel like they're gonna jump.
Correct. And they're gonna get jumped, right? But if you are not here to poke out Winston, Tracer, Moira, or whatever, then they're gonna jump at full HP. You're gonna get bubble blocked with Hinder, and then you're gonna allow the entire backline to walk forward and murder your hog.
Yeah.
Your job, if anything, is to bait Winston dive onto yourself or chip his HP before he dies. Your job is not to catch the go back and hinder the engage, because we've already saw it. You're gonna hinder him when he jumps in, which doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah. And now also let Tracer take the space.
Exactly. Right. So now, right, exactly. So when you let her take the space here first, she's actually able to get here and stabilize, which means that she's able to generate a full blink before you even got there. You notice that? So she got a blink before you even got there. Why is she choosing that perk, bro? I tell you what. Yeah, I mean, she's just deaf, and she chose the wrong perk, so that kind of tells you how good of a Tracer player that she is. But, I mean, you're doing the right thing here, but, man, you shouldn't have even let that angle be given in the first place.
No, exactly. Yeah.
You could deepen here. Yeah, this is good. This is good. This is what you're built for. Come on. Don't run from this. Don't run from this. This is cowardice, not respect, right? Why? Because you have roll. You have full HP. You have a support pocket. I'm not asking you to push this. I'm asking you to hold this. That's all I want you to do.
Yeah.
Because can you guess where he can die from?
This again.
Right. They're allowed to stabilize. He's allowed to hold his HP. Moira's allowed to walk forward, and now he's just dancing you. He's completely juking. He's shattering your ankles, right? There's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
This staging from the Winston's really good. Yes, dude, this Tracer's so stupid. Yeah. I mean, the fact that they even got one while you were up one, I mean, that's exactly, look at the kill feed, look at that, right? Like, they were down basically 1, down 2, and they're still getting trades because you're letting this Winston stage for free.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah. It's a little awkward range-wise, but it's all right. See, that's what we wanted. That's what we wanted. Okay, if we look at your backline here,
60 seconds remaining.
your Kiriko was kind of an idiot, no offense. But this was intended for you.
Yeah.
Now, your backline
So I
is
can-
really stupid, right? Like, they make the same mistake that you're doing, and they literally give the entire map. So can you guess where the Sojourn's going, right? But my point being is that because you held this angle here, this Hazard committed his entire wall just to block off your LOS. And he didn't even do it permanently, because what you're doing right now means that you're still going to shoot this guy. Same thing with Hinder, by the way. Don't hinder this guy. He just used jump, right? So shoot him, then hinder him now, you know? Because you're not scared of this room if you're playing cover well. Yeah, your backline is trolling the lobby right now. Okay, they've retaken the angle. That's good. You could even noon this if you wanted. Yeah, this is spooky. But stand strong. You're doing the Lord's work right now. Like, this is a brig pocketed Sojourn right now, and you're not getting any help. But if you can just hold and hide, this is respect. You see, this is respect. You see this? Why is this respect? Why is this respect important?
Because it's preventing these guys to
Correct.
walk up forward.
Correct. If you ran away, you die. Because you run to open. If you hold this, you'll live, potentially. Because for her to kill you, she has to walk into you, even with 128 HP. That's scary. And you don't peek this because you don't have the HP to peek this right now.
Exactly.
So this is good. Hold. Don't back. You're screwed.
No.
You're screwed. Because now what can the Sojourn do?
She can shoot me.
She can shoot you, and she could take the space.
Yeah.
And you're fly swatting again, which is ironic. Like, there it is, right? Look immediately what happens afterwards, right?
Yeah.
You've just opened the floodgates, and we've roll hindered a Hazard who's already jumped in. So it's over. Like, this should be over. And you're surrounded, and that's going to be it right there. So do you have a consistent problem? Well, hang on. Maybe you guys can clutch this mechanically. I doubt it though. Let's see. Can he even get out? Oh, he's way overextended. That noon's fine. Aw, tragedy. Well, maybe. Dude, we need one more for this to work, though. Nah, your Sojourn chokes. Okay. What needs to be worked on? You tell me. What you need to practice?
I need to work on my uptime.
How? Why is your uptime bad? What's the source cause of that problem?
Because I'm choosing to like fly swatting. Like I don't understand when my positioning is good and when it's bad. I feel like that's a big thing, because I kind of I will unintentionally choose the bad angles, but because I don't know that I have the good angle, I will choose the bad angle instead, because I don't know that I'm having a good angle, or like I don't think about it.
Correct. You're thinking more about.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't really think when it's good, so I just kind of.
You're kind of looking at Cassidy and Tracer as like heroes that have these unique identities that deal with certain problems. You're looking at Winston as like, this guy can punish dive tanks, and Tracer can assassinate backliners. And then you're kind of going in with that entire focus and just kind of trying to find ways to force that value. When in reality, that's not how Overwatch works. Overwatch works with characters that control different types of spaces.
Yeah.
Tracer's more about short-range off angles, and so anything on those off angles is your responsibility. Whether it's a 1v1, 2v1, 3v1, 4v1, 5v1, tank, support, DPS, we don't care. And then the same thing goes with Cassidy, right? So Cassidy's more of the mid-range, right? A little bit more angle pressure, a little bit more poke, a little bit less opportunity to live and control 2v1s, 3v1s, but you could still do it. And so instead of thinking about your angle and just finding pressure from and value from that angle, you're constantly trying to do the Cassidy thing, go punish dive tanks. When in reality, your ability to poke from mid-range and not die to a Winston dive is why you're good at contesting dives. People play Cassidy because you can take off angles and not die to a Winston dive.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't play, like, if I'm playing Winston to a good Cassidy, I can't stage properly because every angle I try to sneak up on, he's poking me out, and I'm like, well, I got to dive to clear him out, but I never kill him. You get what I'm saying? That opposed to something like, an Ashe who could take the same angle and punish me, but I can actually punish that Ashe. I can't punish you.
Exactly.
So there's a misunderstanding of what you're trying to do, and I think that that's overcomplicating things for you. So just take your space, give respect, but don't be fearful, and simplify the process. And so for your thinking needs to be about what angle do I want to control, depending on the situation, and then standing by that angle. Deepening, shallowing, sure, but not flipping the script. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
I don't think so. Or like,
okay.
Is there like a good tip on how do I implement this like into my game?
Sure.
Like, do I have
sure.
to think about it all the time?
Yeah. Pre-fight. Where do I go? What angle do I hold? And then stay. Do I deepen? Where do I rotate to? So all you're obsessing about more than anything else with both Tracer and Cass is, do I hold my position? Where do I go? What's my next angle?
I need to. What's it called? Commit. Like I need to commit.
You need to commit.
I can't,
yes.
Hesitate. If I've chosen something, I need to stick with that.
Correct. Now that might mean deepening or shallowing, like I said, but it's always on that same side for the most part. And that means you're going to need to spend more time because you have committed. You're going to need to spend more time pre-fight deciding. It's the investment theory, right? It's all investment theory, right? So pre-fight, that's when you use your game sense to decide what angle should I be taking, right? Looking at my team.
Yeah.
And then you need to find value from that angle and not second guess yourself.
Yeah.